Hello everyone and welcome back to another video. In this one, I'm going to be comparing Spectre from Black Ops 3 to Spectre in Black Ops 4. So that's the thing guys, if you didn't already know, today, which is Tuesday, April 30th, 2019, the brand new Operation Spectre Rising was added into Black Ops 4 with update 1.17, and of course in the brand new operation, there is a new specialist, and that specialist, like the namesake, is Spectre from Black Ops 3. So that's how come what I'm going to be doing in this video is comparing Spectre from Black Ops 3 to Spectre in Black Ops 4 and finding out which one is the best. Also guys, before we get too far into this video, I do have a couple of things that I want to say, and that's first of all, the gameplay that you are going to be watching on your screen from both Black Ops 3 as well as Black Ops 4 were taken in a private match, so that means when you are going to be watching the gameplay and you see that the enemy teams are absolutely horrendous, just keep in mind that they are recruit bots, and that's just because I just wanted to go ahead and get some gameplay to showcase it in this video, and at least in Black Ops 4, I can go into a custom game, then change the settings so that way, as soon as I spawn into the game, I automatically have the specialist as well, as there is no cooldown, so before anyone asks, that's the reason why the enemies are really bad, as well as why at least for the Black Ops 4 gameplay, I'm constantly using the specialist weapons as well as equipment. Also guys, if you are enjoying this video, make sure you go ahead and leave a like on it down below. Let's go ahead and see if we can break 10 likes on this video. That'd be absolutely amazing. And yeah guys, now that I got the intro out of the way, let's actually dive right into the video. Alright guys, so first, the first thing that I am going to be covering in this video, and that's going to be discussing each specialist. And of course, we are going to be starting off with Black Ops 3 Spectre. In Black Ops 3, how you unlock the character Spectre is all you have to do is make it up to rank 40 of your particular prestige, and then you can automatically start using Spectre. In Black Ops 3, Spectre's main weapon is the Ripper, as well as Spectre's ability is active camo. The Ripper in Black Ops 3 is an extremely powerful melee weapon with an auto lock-on mechanic and can take out any opponent in one hit. One major attribute about the Ripper, which is very good, and that is in Black Ops 3, the cooldown time in between uses of the Ripper is extremely slow, so that means, especially if you have the overclock perk equipped, you can gain access to the Ripper within just a few kills. Alongside the Ripper weapon, Spectre also has the active camo ability, where what active camo does is it allows the player to go basically invisible and blend into the environment. Now that's the thing, active camo allows you to go basically invisible. Now the reason why I say basically, and that's just because once you activate active camo, it does look like you are invisible. However, for an enemy player, if they go near a Spectre that does have active camo equipped, the Spectre doesn't look 100% invisible. However, from farther away, the Spectre that does have active camo is pretty hard to see. And because of all those reasons, Spectre from Black Ops 3 was an extremely powerful specialist. Now I am going to be moving over to the attributes as well as weapons and abilities of Black Ops 4 Spectre. So starting off, if you want to get access to Spectre in Black Ops 4, all you have to do is make it up to tier 1 of Operation Spectre Rising, which is extremely easy, and I would say that it is easier to get access to Spectre in Black Ops 4 than it is to get access to Spectre in Black Ops 3. The main weapon for Spectre in Black Ops 4 is called Shadow Blade. Now Shadow Blade as well as the Ripper are very similar, being that they are both extremely powerful melee weapons, and both the Shadow Blade as well as the Ripper both have lock-on mechanics, which means that you can lock onto enemies and take them out, and if enemies are bunched together, you can very easily combo from one kill to the next to the next. Now the main difference between the Ripper from Black Ops 3 as well as the Shadow Blade from Black Ops 4 is the Shadow Blade allows you to go in third person, which is really useful, and instead of crouching as well as going prone, it allows you to do evasive rolls, which is really useful if a person is shooting at you. Now one main problem with the Ripper from Black Ops 3, and that is, since of course it was a melee weapon, it means that if there were any enemies at medium to longer ranges, you were basically done for, because you can only lock on as well as take out enemies with the Ripper at point blank range. However, that's not the case with the Shadow Blade, being that you can actually throw the Shadow Blade like a tomahawk and take out multiple enemies with it, which is really cool, and you will see me doing this throughout the gameplay. Now keep in mind, when you are going to be throwing the Shadow Blade, it is a projectile, so that means in a lot of cases, you will have to lead your shot, especially if you are going to be trying to take out enemies at medium to longer ranges. And one thing that's very cool, and that is you can collateral enemies with the Shadow Blade. In the gameplay that you are going to be watching, you will notice that when I throw the Shadow Blade, I was sometimes able to take out 2 or 3 enemies with one Shadow Blade, which is really cool in my opinion. So guys, now we are going to be moving over to the ability that Spectre has in Black Ops 4. Now, unlike active camo from Black Ops 3, Spectre's ability in Black Ops 4 is the smoke grenade. Now you might be thinking, what is so special about smoke grenade? We've had smoke grenades in every single Call of Duty game going all the way back to COD 4. However, Spectre's smoke smoke grenade is a lot better than all those other smoke grenades, and that is, in the past, what a smoke grenade does is you throw it on the ground, then the enemies as well as yourself don't really know what's going on, and smoke grenades can be pretty decent, especially if you are going to be playing a game mode like domination. However, they were never really too useful, and one of the main issues with smoke grenades was the enemies couldn't see where you were, however you also couldn't see where the enemies are. Now, what Spectre smoke grenade does is once you throw it down, your teammates as well as enemies are going to be highlighted in different colors, so that means when you're playing at Spectre as well as when you throw a smoke grenade down, you're going to be able to see the enemies and the enemies are not going to be able to see you, which is really cool and it's extremely useful. I can see a lot of people utilizing this in domination where you do have the shadow blade and then you throw down your smoke grenade, so that means the enemies don't know where you are going to be. Then you see the enemies in the smoke, then all you have to do is pull out the shadow blade and you can get a really cool multi-kill. And be it from my limited experience, I must say, the smoke grenade is extremely powerful in Black Ops 4. Alright, so far I've talked a little bit about each specialist. Now I am going to be comparing them and seeing which version of Spectre is better, Black Ops 3's or Black Ops 4's. So let's go ahead and start off by comparing the Shadow Blade to the Ripper. Overall, I have to say that the Shadow Blade is better. Now there are a couple reasons why, and that's first of all, the ability to go in third person mode is extremely useful, especially if there are enemies hiding in corners, as well as the ability to do evasive maneuvering, as well as the ability to roll behind cover is extremely useful, as well as the ability to throw the Shadow Blade is extremely helpful, and it shores up the main issue that I had with the Ripper, being that there's absolutely no way that you can take out enemies with the Ripper at medium to longer ranges. However, unlike the Ripper, when you are going to be using the Shadow Blade, you can take out enemies at those medium to longer ranges. However, you just have to be accurate when you're throwing the Shadow Blade. So yeah guys, now I am going to be comparing the specialist abilities, being the smoke grenade from Black Ops 4 Spectre comparing to the active camo from Black Ops 3 Spectre. And overall, I'm going to have to give it to the smoke grenade, and that's just because the ability to throw down a smoke grenade as well as the ability to see opponents without them seeing you is extremely useful, and I would say that is a more practical ability than the active camo, being that the active camo is useful and in certain circumstances, active camo is extremely useful, especially if you are going to be playing search and destroy. However, the main issue with active camo is you don't go 100% invisible, so that means in a lot of cases, even if you do have active camo equipped, the enemies can see you quite easily. So that's how come I would say that overall the smoke grenade is better than active camo, and overall I would say that Black Ops 4 Spectre is better than Black Ops 3 Spectre. Now don't get me wrong, Black Ops 3 Spectre was an absolute powerhouse of a specialist, and I would say that Black Ops 3 Spectre was one of my favorite specialists in that game. However, with that in mind, I would have to say that Black Ops 4 Spectre is better. So yeah guys, that's going to be it for the comparison portion of this video. If you guys would like to, feel free to comment down below which Spectre do you think is better, Black Ops 3's or Black Ops 4's. Now that's the thing, after this commentary ends, I am going to be showcasing some raw gameplay of Spectre and Black Ops 4, so if you haven't already seen any gameplay of Spectre, make sure you go ahead and watch the gameplay. So yeah guys, that's where I'm going to be ending off this video. I hope you enjoyed it, and if you did, don't forget to leave a like on it down below, as well as make sure to subscribe and turn on post notifications so that you guys will not miss a new upload from me. So yeah guys, that's of course where I'm going to be ending off this video. I hope to see you in the next one.
Close and kill. Liquidation completed. Sighted enemy barricade.
Close, make it official.
Such beautiful slaughter. Establish counter UAV.
In position, ECM deployed. In the turn, sensors are capture your objective.
Shadow blade available.
UAV standing by.
Eliminated war machine.
CUAV available.
Midway fuel check complete. UAV perimeter established. Aim 10.
Sighted enemy barricade.
CUAV has left mission area.
Shadow Blade. Time to play.
Mercs will think twice before trying that again.